11 a.m. where I am right now, but I thought I would just be live because my whole family's asleep and I have done a video on this before. Lots of people looked at my cell phone slings, but I only had 3 options. So I went online and I purchased some really fun strapping, and it showed up Friday afternoon. So my mission between now and next Sunday is to have all of the strapping made into cell phone slings. It is why I bought it, and so that's what's doing. Hello, Andrea, or is it Andrea? I apologize if I pronounce anyone's name wrong. Don't judge me. I'm just not good with names. Not good at remembering them either. I'll know your face. I'll know what you ordered if we went out for lunch, but your name will always escape me. So I pre-cut these yesterday. So after I did my market yesterday, I came home, I cut out 2 of these and then made them with the purple strapping. If you're in my Facebook group, you saw that. And then I cut out another 3, mostly. And so today I am going to sew up at least 2 of them. Hi, Bub. I've got my computer here so I can see everyone's comments. So I'm doing these very cool roses. This is a leftover. Oh, I'm also scrap busting. So this is a scrap leftover from the awesome subscription box that Sandra did. And I am pairing it with a navy strap because that's pretty. And then they both use blue thread, which is why I can do them at the same time. I've got a scrap of pirate fabrics. This is from Inklings and the Kraken. It is the buttery smooth. And I'm pairing it with a pale blue strap. I was going to do the dark blue strap with this, but I feel like I'm going to be able to pair more with the dark blue than the light blue. And so this is what I'm doing. I fussy cut all of my little strap anchors. So when we fold it over, I have the octopus or kraken or whatever it is front and center on these. I did waste a little bit fussy cutting them, but they will look better. So that's where we're at. I actually threaded my machine, sat down and then went, oh, I could probably be live right now. So I ran inside, got my computer. These are purse pals, and it is Lynn's handmade cell phone sling that we are making. So it's just this. But at the top, there's going to be a little hook, and then it will clip on to a crossbody strap. And I sell it as a whole set. I've got one of them. It just occurred to me, I forgot to grab my gold D-ring. I'm also nearly out of gold D-rings. I'm nearly out of gold a lot of things. I have ordered some stuff. I don't remember what. I'm waiting for it to show up. Fun times. I've also, on my foot, so this back foot, I have taken off the one that come with the machine. So this is what came with my machine. And then I went to Sewing Trade, which is the local place here, and he basically took one of these feet and then cut this foot off. So on the machine right now, I've got this foot on this side and the central foot, and then there's nothing on this side, so I can get nice and close to the hardware. So this won't be used today. You could keep this on for all of the card slots. I'm not going to change it because stuff that. I'm also using my template. You can get these from Brymax, and you can get these from April May Shine, depending on where the world you live. And I have my happy pen. This was a gift from one of you. I love this pen. It sparkles, it's got a skull, and it's green. It ticks all the boxes of happy. So yeah, it's really early in the morning here. I'm sure my child will wake up soon and come straight out here and be like, Mom, what are you doing? But until then, I was up at 4 a.m. yesterday, so I went to bed super early. I'm also one of these people, I'm going to backstitch. I'm going to keep my stitch length at 3 today for the whole thing, because I have recently discovered my stitches on this machine feel longer than the green machine. Now that is probably because this is walking foot and does the actual stepping that it's supposed to, or it's just set up differently and I have no idea. But for the card slots, I want it to still, I could actually probably do 2.5 and they still feel longer than the green machine. And I've got the sneezes. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to backstitch into one hole twice. That'll lock it in without being too messy. And that's all the backstitching. I'm not going to pull it through and tie it off. That is very, very time consuming and I'm genuinely just not interested. So I'll show you up close the size of these size 3 stitches. So see how they are still quite long in my opinion. That would be a 4 on the green machine. And again, I could be using the machine wrong. Very real possibility of that. But they are long enough without being so long that they won't hold well. The longer your stitches get, the less structure they bring, I guess is the word I'm after. Oh, thank you. I sneeze every morning once my body's decided it can't get back to sleep. And I understand how weird that sentence is. It's just fact of life. I've done it since I was a child. And every night, once I start sneezing at nighttime, my body is trying to tell me to go to sleep. And if I ignore it, it starts giving me cold-like symptoms, so I go to bed. So I'll get like a stuffy, runny nose, and I'll get really, really cold. My body literally demands I go to sleep. It's fun times. And again, I'm aware of how weird this is, okay? I'm sure nobody else's body demands it go to sleep and then starts like having a tantrum if you don't. Now that I say it out loud, it sounds even more weird, but it's always done it since I was a little kid. If I try to fight the sleep, I get really, really cold. I get flu-like symptoms until I go to bed. So the back and forth at each end, I personally think is fine. You can, of course, pull them through, turn them off. It just takes so much longer. And the fact that I plan on making 12 of these pretty much in a row, and I want to be tying 12 sixes, 72 threads. No, thank you. Gonna pass on that. Best thing I ever came up with. Or, nah, second best thing I ever came up with. The best thing I ever came up with are these. But still. So, I have decided, for me personally, and feel free to join in with this, I am going to use February so that I pretty much make everything for the whole month of February out of all of my scrap pieces. So the videos potentially are going to get a bit weird in February. You might see a lot of double ups, which will be lives. You also might not see too many big handbags because I have a giant pile and I've realized how much space it is taking up in both physical space in my room, which if you've ever popped in here, you will know I don't have a lot of space. But also mentally, because I'm always like, oh, I'm going to use up those scraps. I always tell myself that, and then I never do it. So I have decided that as of, well, the other day, which is technically part of January, but all of February will be pretty much nothing but scraps. Because I need better control of my space. Oh, stop it. So feel free to join in. And use up all those scraps. I also am going to pick my favorite piece of fabric that I've been hoarding forever, and I'm going to use that up as well, because it's all good and well to hoard it for a special occasion, but if you've owned it for more than a year, you are no longer looking for a special occasion, you are now just hoarding it. And I will never be a hoarder. Do you know I don't even collect things? You know how like everybody has that one thing that they collect? I was discussing this with my best friend yesterday. I don't collect anything. Like some people collect salt. I remember my dad used to collect old-timey cameras, like really old-timey cameras. We used to have a wall of cameras and old irons. Like, you know, like the really heavy ones you stick over the fire to heat up. He used to collect both of those things. And his ex used to collect salt and pepper shakers. So every time they go anywhere, they go to like an antique shop and buy more salt and pepper shakers. And I remember our house was filled with these things. I collect nothing. And I don't know whether to be proud or sad about that. I'm glad I don't necessarily just collect stuff for the sake of it. But at the same time, I also have nothing that I love so completely that I must have them all. It's an interesting concept. Anyway. Morning! We are making purse pals, which will be phone slings. If anybody has made these before and does markets, how do you package them? Because I feel I've got one on a display and then they're all just going to hang, and I feel like I can do better than that. This was also a scrap. Oh, he is in the window. Ha! Jesse! Hello! He saw I was doing a live and didn't come in. That's really cute. I didn't even see him. All right. I didn't even see him there till you said that. I don't know if he's coming in or not. No, he's not. Okay. He will now go and play computer because I can't catch him in the act. I already know what he's going to do, but that's okay. So these pieces were left over from probably like a purse pal, whereas these are pocket pals. So from one length of my waterproof canvas, which is like 150-ish wide, you can get one purse pal and one pocket pal, or 9 card slots if you want to look at it like that. Just if you need to know that maths, it will come in handy one day, I promise. One day that's going to be useful to you. You'll be like, ha, I already know the answer. So I have decided with this one, I'm going to use, I have a lot of these. Thank you, Sandra. Oh, Sandra's just here. I am using one of these as my zipper pull. It was already 28 degrees in my sewing room when I walked in here this morning, so we're using aircon. You should definitely make the purse pal. They're pretty quick. Like, they really are pretty quick. So I am selling the purse pal with all the sling and everything for $40. Mainly because the straps are expensive. Buying pretty strapping is not cheap, right? So I got all of these on Temu. I think they were $9-ish a piece. So I get 2 straps for the $9, which realistically is actually still quite expensive for just a piece of strap. That's not even with all the hardware on it. When you can go and buy like the plain ones, you can get like a 10-meter roll for not all that much more. But I wanted pretty straps. So that's what we're doing. And I know some people buy these to put on handbags. That's not what I'm going to be using mine for. Mine will literally just be selfo slings. So I plan on having 12. I got the navy blue, the light blue, green, purple, a tanny peachy color. Oh, maybe I only got 5. I thought, oh, and hot pink. I did get 6. So the hot pink, I have already cut out the main shell, and it is out of the snake vinyl I got from Inklings and the Kraken, which again is a scrap piece. This is a scrap piece. The ships is a scrap piece. The 2 yesterday were scrap pieces. I haven't cut into a full unused piece of vinyl yet, which I'm quite proud of, because again, scraps in February, people. Oh, Sandra, you don't know that. For February, I am sewing in nothing but scrap pieces. They are currently in a pile on my floor. We can judge me about that later. It's easier to rummage through because I really do have an insanely large amount of them. So anyway, that's what I'm doing in all of February. All videos will be scraps. I do have a few larger pieces that I could make as bigger handbags. And I would still like to do new videos, like new patterns. But I also want to go, I absolutely want to make a harridan. I feel like harridan was undervalued when I designed it, but now that everyone's into smaller bags, I feel like with one alteration, you're all going to want to make it. So harridan has like a card slot section that opens out like this. I am going to change it so it opens like that. I've already done it mentally. It's not that hard. So I'm going to do that. It's going to be wonderful. And it's a very cute little mini bag. I want to make a bunch of crockers this week as well. I'm going to make one with embroidery and it's going to be furry. This is inspired from the evil bunnies that I made. I actually want to make some for the website because they are so cool. But I made some embroidered evil bunnies, which is a design from String Theory Fabric Art. She makes beautiful embroidery designs. So I'm going to do the ears. I'm not going to do the feet because they'll sit in stuff. But I'm going to do the ears, and then the front little panel on the quokka, we're going to put the eyes and the body. It's going to be amazing. I actually might do that for tomorrow's video because Jessie goes back to, I usually do Tuesdays live. Would you prefer tomorrow as a live video? Or would you prefer I show you how to turn embroidery into a bag? Like a 3D stuffy pattern into a bag. I will give you guys the option, I think. Alright. In my clip bowl, I also have these from yesterday. Because I am going to try and stick to the whole Tuesday live thing. But I don't know if I'll have time to do both. It's a public holiday in Australia here today. It was Australia Day yesterday. So today is public holiday, but I'm hoping that the nail people are still open because I'd love to get my nails done. I miss them. I feel like treating myself. I'm going to go with one of my mates if they are in fact open. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, what color is this? Okay, so this one's the gold. Sometimes I really have to think when I do two different hardwares and I'm doing everything at the same time because I have been known to stuff it up. Oh, what have I done? That's not it. That's not it at all. I'm going crazy. They're the other ones. We're fine. It's fine. Here they are. On we go. I like to actually put that bit up in there. Just make sure it's not crooked. Smooth them back down. Now sometimes they won't quite reach the line again. That's because of the height of this at the back. I know it's not much, but it will potentially look just like a little bit out. Ignore it, you're fine. I'm also going to use a skull zipper on the pirate one. Normally I do plain zips, but I do have a lot of very cool looking zippers and I've decided it's time to start using them. Also, for all of the Lord of the Rings fans out there, I managed to find the Prancing Pony sign. You know the sign on the Prancing Pony in the movie? I found the laser file of that. So I plan on making some because awesome. Okay. I'm going to put all that back in there. I love having multiple bowls because now I can separate the hardware while still having them here. Now, on the bowl subject, I'm going to get a bunch made, and instead of the ring, I've got sewing themed ones. I just need to pick some colors. So I will take suggestions of colors. Obviously, I will do purple because everybody loves purple. I understand that. Are there any other colours that you want? I'm going to get them in both sizes so you can have a clip bowl and hardware bowls. Hi, Hazel. I'm going to change these over now just because I like playing with these, let's be honest. All right, flip. Double-sided tape. I like the thicker one for this. It's just me. You can do it however you want. I am not the boss of you. Sometimes I pretend to be the boss of Sandra, though. Sorry, Sandra. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Chop. Chop. These chop that better. It's totally fine. What's that? Sometimes we have chats and then I tell you to go do things. I absolutely sometimes pretend I'm the boss of you. But mainly to be inspirational or to force you to rest. No other reasons. All right, I think... Welcome to my gold. This is just the tub of gold. Well, except that one and that one. Okay, they're in the wrong basket. But this is my gold teeth zipper stuff because I used to sell it to you, and so I have so many stuff. I'm thinking that one will look nice because I'm doing the blue on the strap. That'll be fabulous. This one needs a different color, so hold that thought. I don't have as much with the gunmetal, with the other teeth. Where are the other teeth? Hold up. Now it's here somewhere. Aha, here we go. So, I don't have as many with this, and none of them look good. So, we're going to go with plain. You don't drive and text, woman. I am the boss of you when it's in your best interest. I try not to be too bossy. I am just overly enthusiastic. The guy I was next to at the market yesterday was astonished at how much energy I had. Whoopsies. I made a list of everything I want for the next market. It's a big list. It's a really big list. So I want all of these made. I would like 4 more crockers. I am going to get chain to hang stuff. I've had an idea on that. There was a lot. There's a lot going on. I had lots of ideas. It's in my phone notes. So every time I come up with an idea, I've written it down in the notes part of my phone. There's a lot. I regret nothing. I plan on getting as much of that done as humanly possible. Oh, zipper. When's the next market? On Sunday. So, in a perfect world, I'd like to do weekly markets on a Sunday. Now, I couldn't do it last time because the last market I did, someone gave me COVID, so I was in bed for like a week and a half. So that was at least one Sunday out, and then by the end of the COVID-ness, I had made nothing new, so I just didn't go. So I went to this one. I actually didn't do terribly well, but that's okay because on my list, it has come up with a bunch of cheaper items to sell, these being one of them. I'm only going to pull the zipper up a little bit. There's method in my madness, I promise. So anyway, it was a whole thing. But I have discovered that everyone's feeling a bit broke because everybody goes back to, in Australia, school year starts tomorrow. So these are going to be $40 because strapping's expensive. And my time is worth something. So even if strapping wasn't expensive, like, I need to actually make a profit. And even though these are scraps, eventually I'm going to run out of scraps and I'll have to cut into something new. This is why we use double-sided tape. perfectly aligned. Love it. Ah! Dropped it. Because it's not a Tory video if we don't drop something. It's a sad truth. Good morning. Exactly. If I don't make money, what is the point? I don't need to make crap tons off these because they are pretty quick. But I still think $40 is fair because I did have to buy all the hardware and all the everything, really. And the strapping's expensive, and I just put that on crooked. Look at that. We're going to fix that. And I've also bought, I ended up buying 50 of these. So these are the little bits that go inside your phone case. 50. So I could just keep making them and making them. Obviously, I'll need to keep buying more strapping. But one day, I'm going to have lots and lots of money, and I will just buy the plain stuff. And I will buy like 100-meter rolls of all the main colours. So red, blue, black. I've already got brown, thanks to Sandra. Red, blue, black, brown, purple, pink. I could probably get away with those colours. Buy 100 meters of each. And be done. We're going to try this again. Don't be dismayed if you missed the first time. I just missed the first time and I couldn't give a crap. Ta-da! Alright, more double-sided tape. This is also the point where some people have been using HTV to iron on the inside. It has been suggested to me. I don't plan on doing it. Not because it's not a cool idea, but because with all the hardware, it's going to leave dints and stuff under your heat press. And my iron does not iron HTV very well. At all, in fact. You need the heat press in my house. So I'm just going to put it on an angle so it kind of holds everywhere. If you want to, you can do a crisscross. You could also do spray on glue. There's a lot of things you could do. I'm not going to do any of them. Crochet blanket. Ooh, that's lovely. It's too hot here for blankets. Because it's summer where I live, we have taken the doona out of our doona cover. Or duvet, whatever you call it. So I just sleep with like basically 2 sheets. It's an empty doona cover. Because it's hot here. Alright, back to the skinny double-sided tape. You put on the HTV before you cut out the zipper hole. Ah, yeah, that's clever. Wait, then how do you get your card slots? Oh, so you do the card slots, then HTV, then cut the zipper hole. And then so you just see the zipper on the inside. That would work. I see that as a thing. I'm still not doing it. I'm in a groove the way I do things. I'm okay with it. That, and I don't really have a lot of HTV. I have a lot of sticker vinyl. I don't know why. Seems I've started hoarding sticker vinyl. So, I need to come up with cool stickers to make. Is my next thing. Like this whole drawer, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. See all that? Most of that is sticker vinyl. So I need to make some stickers. I am open for suggestions. Oh, I'm also going to make a door sign. Mainly for myself. But you guys might want one. It's going to be double-sided. So one side, it says, come on in, I'm sewing. And then on the other side, you flip it over and it goes, go away, I'm sewing. So basically like a do not enter sign, but sewing themed. I could also write crafting instead of sewing for those that do all the crafts of the universe like me. Although the other crafts don't get really done in here. To be fair, the lasering gets done inside, the resin gets done inside, the woodworking gets done outside this door. What can I say? My brain runs too fast. Probably ADHD. Also don't care. I can make stickers. We could definitely do that. I remember I used to have Sorceress stickers. We could go back and have some more of them in different colours. Also, to those that are waiting for me to paint this machine, I did actually go to buy the paint the other day. Townsville doesn't sell anything I like. So my options are becoming buy random stuff online. Keep it plain and cover it in HTV is another option. Hello, Tori and Chatters. Hello, Tori. I love the waterproof canvas. I know. I love this stuff too. Sandra has a similar one. Hers is a little bit thicker than this, but it's definitely thinner than the other stuff, which is what came in the subscription box. If I can figure out how to fit a full-size cutting table in this room, I will get it again. But to do that, I'm going to need like a professional room designer or something, because I love this stuff. Well, okay, so what I want, I know what it's called. It's called Candy Green. It's like neon green with glitter flakes in it. They paint motorbikes with it. I need to go to someone that paints motorbikes and be like, can you paint this machine? That's what I want. It looks epic. It's like neon with glitter. I'd even take the dark green with glitter. I'm definitely into the glitter. The other one was metallic. This one I want glitter. And I understand how ridiculous I am. But hubby said I could do it. And then we can stare at sparkly things. Drop a table on the wall. If this room is 4 meters square, it's a 4 meter box, which sounds really big, except it's really not. It might not even be a full 4 meters. Might be 3.5. So I've got, I don't know, it's not very big. Which is a problem for how much stuff I have and how much stuff I need. It would be easier for me to go back to selling hardware than it would to sell fabric, because I need a table that is 1.5 meters long, or actually I need about 1.80 meters by 1.20 meters. That's what I'd need to be able to cut fabric, because the fabric's 1.80 meters long, and I'd like to use my electric cutter and just zoom across. So I'd have the track. Like I can envision how I want it. The problem becomes, I don't think there's enough room in here to do it. Body wrap stuff. I did look into the body wrap stuff. The guy tells me that the fiddlier stuff is, the more it costs to get done. And he told me it's not worth it and he's not interested. I did do that. That was my first thought. Get a cool wrap. Because then I would have got a horror wrap. I'm not good at putting that stuff on, so I can't do it myself. Ta-da! See? The thing is, this room is huge and big enough for a hobby sewist. This room is not big enough if I want to sell and cut up fabric. That's literally the main problem I'm having. I don't need the table all the time, but I'd need a folding table that's 1.20 meters by 1.80 meters that has the track in it, so I can use it to cut. I feel woodworking coming on. And I'd want to be in aircon, so I can't just have the table to set up outside either, because it's way too hot for that here. Oh, broke my own rule. I usually only take off one side at a time, but that's alright. Ta-da! Maybe multiple folded table. I just rearranged again in my shop. Oh, mine's a mess at the moment, but that's because I've pulled out the scraps and I'm using all of it. So what I do is I pick the biggest bag I can make, which at the moment is my possum pouch. I want to do a bunch of them because the Paris and Roses one got a lot of look. I knew it would. There's a certain age bracket that loves Paris and Roses. Just if you need to know that and you sell Paris and Roses. It's a thing. Anyway. Ooh, I could do this way. Yeah, let's do that. So So I'd like to have, you know what I also discovered? I have no skull bags at the moment. So I plan on rectifying that situation. I'm really hoping I've got a whole bunch of skull stuff down there. And a few more Harry Potters, because everybody loves Harry Potter. I've got 2 Harry Potter bags. One is the original Empress, and one is a Lola with silver glittery sparkly handles, because I was feeling it. Multiple folded tables. See, what I'd want to do is I'd want to put the 1 meter mark on the table so I can just pull it and zoom and pull it and zoom. That would be, I don't care if I'd have to pack it up because I'd only do it once, right? So we'd pre-order, then I'd buy a bit extra, cut it all up, and then I could pack it up and just have it in a cupboard or a space. See, this is another thing. If I use up all my scraps, that is 4 tubs worth of space that I then create in this room, which would give me room to hoard the double-sided, the waterproof canvas. Do you see where I'm going with this? So it's in your benefit that I use up my scraps, because I love my waterproof canvas. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, also make sure you check the back. Sometimes I miss this, so I just do a second line and it looks decorative and it holds everything. Ooh, packing a van. Well, I've got that electric cutter somewhere. I don't know, it's somewhere. It's either in here or over there. Which would be perfect. I could just stick it in a track, cut all the things, and be done. With the electric cutter, my hands wouldn't get table. Build another she shed. There's not really any room because I'm also deciding I'm starting doing gardening. So if you live in Townsville, I have started a Facebook group called Cutting Swap. So that basically you swap cuttings. I know it's a very, very simple idea. I have a lot of plants on the property already. I'm also very good at indoor plants. So next to my shed, there's a tree. It died. So we're going to cut it down and I'm going to have a fairy garden that is all like herbs and stuff. So it smells beautiful. So I'm slowly accumulating cuttings of everything and seeing what I can grow. Oh, I've got it again. Love it when that happens. Sometimes if you're so too close to this edge, you miss this. So just keep that in mind. Now I need these bits. So these I've made a little bit longer so that they will hold my little hook. So I add about, I don't know, ½ an inch to the length of these so that you can get it and put it back in with this on it. Because I'm using the round ones. If you had flatter ones, you probably wouldn't need to, but because mine are round, it takes that little bit extra. So I've just made all of these a little bit longer. Can you make these with fabrics? Not really. But actually, that's a lie. What you could do is get your fabric and then get that iron-on vinyl and iron it on to turn it into vinyl. I would put fray stopper along the edge, then I would iron on that clear vinyl, and then absolutely you could make these. I have solutions to everything. The problem is I don't have any iron-on vinyl, and every time I go to Spotlight, they are out because I've had this thought before. Especially with coffin wallets. I want to make coffin wallets with some of the fabrics I have. I think they would be epic. But you need the iron-on vinyl, which is always sold out at Spotlight. Either that or they just never get it. Do these sell good? I have a lot of interest when they look at them, but I only had 3 options and it's not for everyone. So I am making more options because then you're more likely to get something. Now, you don't have to use print. I did have one in leather. I'm probably going to do another one in leather, or maybe 2 with the tan colored strapping. You could also do plain, and I've done this before for someone actually. So you make it out of a plain color and then put embroidery here. If you've got a 4x4 machine, this is the perfect idea for you. So you put like a cute little embroidery design here, and then the rest of it's all just plain. Also, really cute idea. I have made it before. It looks awesome. Morning! You'll also notice me in my batch sewing, I'm not even sewing one then the other. I'm just sewing whatever bits I feel like, because my brain is chaotic and I don't do anything normally. So I'm kind of sewing the card slots on both, and then the zipper on both, and then the backing on both. The problem with this plan is it's quite easy to mix up the hardware. You got to really think about it more. I could have also just done one and then the other. That would work. Ooh, which side do I want? Doesn't really matter. They're both not they're too thin to be too exciting, to be honest. Do it however you want. Ugh, see? It's already tangled. I've got a bird's nest. I'll fix it in a minute. It's also why I like chain sewing. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So what happened was, that one's fine. The second one's perfectly fine. This one, see how the threads come down here and decided to get all messy? So it bird nested, but not at the start, just to be rude. So what I do is I take these and I just pick it out, because it's essentially just woven through. So you can kind of pick it out easy enough. And that way I don't have to re-stitch anything. You can also cut it, makes it much easier to pull out. So if I cut that there, and then I can just pull on that and out it comes. Crisis averted. Have I found a new chair? No. So I've been looking on Marketplace for just like a normal chair where there's fabric, because I don't want to sit on wood all day. That'll hurt my butt. I have not yet found, like, people sell like a 6 lot of chairs. I don't need 6 chairs. I need 1 chair. So I just need someone giving away like a $10 single chair, and then we will do a video where I make it pretty. I have ideas. I am either going to sand it back, and then if I have to pull it apart completely, I will laser all of the wood parts. That is option 1. Option 2, if I don't have to pull it apart, we are going to sand it down, paint it, and then put HTV all over it so it's decorative, and then obviously replace the fabric part. I say obviously, it might not be obvious to you. That's okay too. But that is the plan. I want a pretty chair because I can't just do anything normally. I'm aware of this. I like pretty things. Maybe that's what I hoard. Self-decorated things. Alright, push that through, clip it on, grab this, under we go. Yoink! I did just double check to make sure that I've got all the hardware in the right order. Would a saddle pillow work in a wood chair? I don't know what a saddle pillow is. Oh, one of those. Oh, I see where you're going with that. They're usually on wheels, but I could see otherwise that could be cool. Except, no, it wouldn't work because your legs won't be forward to push the buttons. They'll be kind of outwards. I don't know if that'll work. Always make sure they click together before you go any further. It's a nightmare if they don't. And if you've already made it, it's even harder to fix. Because if you can't get this out, you just throw that whole bit away and cut another one. Always make sure it fits. Then we're going to thread this on. This pattern is the Pocket Pal by Linds Handmade. So see what I've done, what I'm doing, is I'm having this straight up. You want to make sure it's straight. Then I've put this on, and then I'm going to make it just touch the edge like that, and then this will fold over, but then we're going to tuck it behind here, which is why I don't like to use glue, because you need to open it up to pop that in. So see, from there, it'll be fabulous, and then from there, you don't see the tail, but there's enough tail. I cut a really long extra one, but there'll be enough tail so that you won't sew the hardware, and it will actually hold your little bit. And then we just fold it in half. Hello, Mandy. I have an Auntie Mandy. I have lots of aunties, actually. My dad was one of 10. So on Dad's side, I have 4 aunties and 5 uncles. And they all have weird nicknames. And nobody calls them by their real name. They all call each other by the nicknames. It's so weird. This is a great little pattern. It is perfect for scraps. So again, scrap busting February, and I'm aware I'm still in January. I'm just starting early because I have so many of them. This was a scrap. The Star Wars one I did yesterday was a scrap, and it glows in the dark, which is why I didn't throw it out. But this is the smallest pattern I know of. This is pretty much how I look at it. This is the smallest pattern. If I've got enough, I do a purse pal instead of a pocket pal. It's a bit bigger. I like to do purse pals. I carry a purse pal at the moment. I'm nearly due for a change because I change a lot, because why not? I can. But this is the smallest scrap busting thing that isn't just like accents in the strap. And so that's why I'm making this out of the scrap pieces. This was left over. Did I throw out what was left after this? Probably yes. So that's all that's left from a 1/2 meter. I can't think of anything to do with that. It won't fit any other pattern. This was the smallest. See, like it won't even fit, and it's the wrong way. So that is now going in the bin. As much as I don't want to throw it out because I'm like, oh, there's a nice little panel there. What am I going to put that on? It won't even fit a Devon pouch. I dream about a Devon pouch. Oh, I just remembered that. I think I should make Devon pouches. I had a dream about it. It was fabulous. Anyway, so that is my scrap. And I do feel bad about throwing it out because of this piece, but there's really nothing. There's nothing. It wouldn't even fit half of my scamp. Yeah, the problem with just freestyling a pattern, I'm trying to have at the market, okay, couple of things. First off, on my website, little things don't really sell. They're more of a market thing. And secondly, at the market, I'm trying to have consistency where I have lots of the same pattern so you can pick your style. I don't necessarily want to have one-off pouches in weird shapes and sizes, because how do you display that nicely? And so I'm skipping that. I also don't plan on edge coating these. I know a lot of people edge coat, and if you do edge coat, charge more because it's like, what, a 2 or 3 step process. I'm not edge coating. I'm just going to leave them as is, I think. I could gift it to someone. You are correct. But on that theory, I could gift everything. And I don't really have people that want stuff like that in my life, weirdly enough. And a lot of people don't appreciate all that hard work you put in. Like, so here's the thing. If I was going to make up like a smaller pattern, I'd make myself weird colored acrylic templates because I can. And then the other thing is, though, that I'm going to keep hoarding. So the whole point is I'm trying to stop hoarding little bits. If somebody wants this, I can start a bag of scraps that are about this size, and you just pay for postage, and I'm happy to send it to you. The only thing that goes in this bin is other fabric. But if you want it, I will send it to you. But I have no use for that. Welcome back, Sandra. use it for stitching my logo on. So I've been doing that. I'm using a 1 3/4 inch square, but I'm using the same color accent fabrics. So that still won't work either. These are all great ideas, and you guys should definitely do them. I just don't want that many scraps in my life. I have got enough, honestly. See, the other good thing about this particular foot is I can get past the swivel clip without trying to run over it, and then it doesn't distort my stitching. Now, if you do this and you don't love your first round of stitches, you can in fact go and do a second round. Has been known to happen. Oh. Tails. Great, get out of there. Ta-da! One down, one to go, and then we're going to do all the strapping. What foot am I using? So, it is this foot with this toe here cut off. And literally, I watched him, he grinded it off and then sanded it to be smooth. So, if I took it off, you could actually see it's silver where the black, like where the black's been sanded off to make it in line with this. He literally just cut it off, made it smooth. Here's my foot. You can probably buy them, but it was quicker and easier to give him 20 bucks and do it. You can always find everything cheaper online, but can you be bothered waiting is usually the question. And the answer for me was no, because I needed it for something. So it was worth the 20 bucks to me because I got it on the spot. Because I am not known for my patience. Speed demon! Dun, dun, dun. But if you have a spare foot, you could literally just grind it off yourself and then just sand it till it's smooth. That's all he did. Took him 5 whole minutes. Oh, I didn't have a spare foot, which is why I got him to do it. And just, you know, sometimes, like, I can do everything myself, and sometimes I just don't want to. It's as simple as that. Ta-da! So that's those done. I always have my zipper on this side, just if you need to know. I also got a Red Bull, whatever. I decided last year that if I cut into a fabric and can't get another garment, then once I've sewn the main item, I need to cut up the rest into things I make. Well, this is a great plan. Good morning, Amanda. This is what I'm trying to do. How big is the Mystic Blue bag on my site? My daughter-in-law needs a new bag for work, and she loves the purple blue. Mystic Blue bag. No idea. I'll have to look it up. And I will do that. So, how I've done this, ladies and gentlemen, is I took whatever strapping I had and I cut it in half because it was about 3 meters, pretty sure, right? So I've cut it in half and now I've got 2 straps. From here, oh, they stole my, this is why I don't like sharing with people. They needed my lighter yesterday and I can guarantee, oh my God, they did bring it back. Get out of town. Hold that thought. 1 second. Oh, they brought my lighter back. First time for everything, people. Where was I? How big is the Mystic Blue bag? I'm trying to think, what is the Mystic Blue bag? Don't know. I will look it up later though. 12. So I'm going to take 12 inches and cut it off. And then I'm going to melt it with the lighter. Another really good way is if you've got a piece of glass and a soldering iron, you can cut it with the soldering iron. You do it on glass because it doesn't stick to it. Just for anyone that needs to know that useless piece. Oh, wait. And I'm going to cut it from this end. Why? So that the arrows point down. And then I can kind of match them. Where did I get my straps from? These are from Temu, funnily enough. They had like a sale. They're probably out of stock. They didn't have many when I was doing it. I think I got the last one of the navy. But no, these are from Temu. I ended up spending like $80 something to get 6 straps and that foam stuff that I am going to try this week because I'm curious. Okay, so the dark blue is with the roses. So another thing I did, this little piece that you need, I made this longer. That's how long it's meant to be, but that is not for the chunky versions of D-rings that I use. So these are 15 mil or 5/8 of an inch. I love these D-rings. I put these on everything. I don't buy different size D-rings anymore. It took me a minute to realize that because I used to buy 1 inch for the certain bags and then 3/4 inches. And you know what? You don't need all the size D-rings. You just need one size that's your favorite and go from there. These are my favorite because they look good on big and small bags. Sometimes a little bag, you don't want a giant D-ring. So you do with that information as you will. But because these are chunky, you need a little bit more so that when you fold it over, it will actually sew. So I just make it up. I draw the line and then just cut a bit more. It's fine. The Mystic Blue bag has all the medallions on it. Oh, that's is that the Harry Potter bag? The Lola? Is it domed? Because I only make so many bags. Yeah, so I got some, like, foam that's sticky on the back. I saw somebody use it once, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try that one day. And it just popped up in my, you might also like section of Temu. So I bought some. Because why not? All right, we are using gold hardware. Put that away. It's confusing my brain. We're going to take double-sided tape. I like the chunky one, which is here. The Mystic Blue. So if it is on my things I currently own, I've got one Empress tote, which might not be on the website. I've got the carousel bag, which is my Rascal. I've got 2 Lolas. Oh, the Mystic Blue bag. I know what you're talking about now. Yes, it's a Lola. I made it this week. It's so pretty. That fabric is also very popular. I don't think you can get it anymore. That was one of my largest scrap pieces, funnily enough. It is a Lola. I remember now. Sorry, I make a lot of bags, and sometimes I just make up the names. You can't judge me for that. I don't know what's going on. Couldn't tell you what that fabric was called. So I fussy cut this so it had that on it. That was a deliberate move right there. How good. Same with this one. This was a fussy cut as well. Look at that. Ooh. So I'm folding them all in half to have a crease. Now this one you fold in half and have that bit hanging down because that's going to get tucked in. But you need to know where the halfway point is so that you can put your hardware on. Oh, and I'm missing something. In the gold, I forgot to grab a rectangle ring. So I actually went and bought a whole crap ton of hardware purely to make these. And it later occurred to me that I probably should have got these in 1 inch, not 1.5. So I think the original pattern has 1 inch swivel clips, but I bought 1.5 and so I'm using it and nobody's going to stop me. So on this end, I want this one. And that's why I'm pre-folding everything, because I want this one on the other end. But this is the end, and here's where this will hang. So that's what this is for. And so we are going with this one on this end. So we're going to pull off the backing and then put on a swivel clip. You can put just one lot of double-sided tape. I don't mind having it stuck there. It's useful like that. And then we just lay this down in the middle, really close to the hardware. That was not the middle. Again, why we love double-sided tape. Then we're going to fold it on its side so that we can match up the edges like that. Bam! I like being fussy. The Lola pattern is lovely. If you go to the Swim website, it'll tell you the finished size. Can't remember what it is. It is a cute bag though. But no, this, you just need one size, back to this conversation, you just need one size of D-ring for everything. It's helpful in the hoarding of stuff, I promise. You just have to sew really slowly for these. It's very easy to stuff it up. But again, this special toe gets me really close to up here. Makes me happy. The words make me happy. Make me think of a song. That sunshine on my window makes me happy. Alright. Doesn't that look fabulous? Fussy cutting sometimes really is worth it. This, I also fussy cutted to the best of my ability. I couldn't get it all the way in the center because the scrap wasn't big enough. But I got it mostly, right? Still counts. And funnily enough, this side just happened to work out really well with this and then that in the corner. That was a fluke. I actually fussy cutted this side as best I could. Same with this one. So I tried to get this and that right in the middle. If you fussy cut the plain side, because this side, even though it's seen more, it's also got all the stitching and it's a little bit more chaotic, whereas this side, smooth and fabulous. So this is the side I fussy cut, or embroider, whichever way you want to look at that. So then we're going to take this and this, and we're going to pick off the backing, and we're going to put this in there like so. And then we want this bit on top. Like so. And then, so we stick down one half. This is again why we use the double side tape. Then we're going to take this, and then we're going to tuck that under, and then fold it down. Like that. This is also where this skinny foot really comes in handy. I'm also double checking to make sure that it will, so you look sideways to make sure that things are lined up. Lining up things are important. And then my inner foot is just up against the hardware. And we get like one stitch down and then one stitch diagonally, and then we go back. And then we go one stitch up and one stitch up and then back stitch and done. It's like the world's smallest stitchy bit, but it is important. Because that is now where your purse pal will hang. But on top of that, you can also put your sunglasses in here. So if people want to take this off, which again is why it's removable, but if people want to take it off, when you take your sunnies off, you can also just put them through the loop and then hang your sunnies on your strap. So then I want to grab this. And then I want the strap to be in the same direction. So that is the end we're going to put this on. Now, because it's melted, you could, if you wanted to, just get a rectangle of the vinyl and stitch it over the top of this. I'm not going to, but it is an option for you if you've got a really ugly ending. Okay, and we're going to go this way because, again, I'm getting closer to the hardware. Then we're going to do the barn door. Oh, now I've got that song in my head. And the reason I like that song is because it starts out really cute and then goes like full heavy rock. Okay, so I stuffed this up yesterday. So let's do it right. I'm going to have it right sides up. I'm going to have this right sides up. So then when I put this through here, like that, see how now the downwards arrow continues? So it's not opposite here. Very important in my opinion. Right, and then up, and then down. See my point? Look at that. It now matches, which is exactly what we wanted. Oh, I'm sure doing a market with me is fun. I'm very chatty. Really make sure that crease is in there. I was next to a guy named Hamish who was selling 3D printed stuff. We had a good old chat. He's probably like, who is this crazy person? That's fine. I do not alter myself for others. I am who I am, and that's just what you get. See, and then that one will have the other pretty rose. And I kind of like that I didn't do it perfectly centered. I was going to, and then I'm like, nah, just off a little bit. Because then you get like, I don't know, I think that looks better. But again, you could have perfectly centered it if you wanted to. I'm not the boss of you. You do it how you like. Stitch, back stitch, forward stitch. Now, these aren't possible on this machine without this foot before you all get a little bit ahead of yourselves and go, I want to make it. You either need to not have this foot on at all, or you need to get an altered one like mine, because I did try and make them without it, and the stitching is atrocious. So just, this is also, you could make this on the green machine. And you would just put like a super skinny foot and then put Teflon tape on the bottom, and that would also solve the problems. And then the last step is to grab this and clip it on. Right? So it is a tiny little clip, but you will get both of these on there. Ta-da! And we are done. So that hangs down like that. That's where your phone is. And isn't that pretty? And then you just turn that around. Ta-da! They don't take that long, really. And they're a bit of fun. And then I've still got a navy one. I got one more strap, so I can do one more dark blue bag. Which, again, if I've got any blue leather, I might do a leather one. Because a man bought one of these yesterday. So they're not just for women. So keep that in mind and make sure you do a few unisex ones. They are not just for women. I had a man buy this because he was sick of sitting on his phone and then having to take it out, and it was awkward. So now he gets to hang his phone around his neck and everyone's a winner. Where did I put my... There it is. It would be fun doing market. Was that the last piece you added? What was the last piece you added? So it was just another one of these. So yeah, I cut two of these and one of these. So this is what you need for your strap. Now, if you're using 1-inch hardware, they have a little like triangle cut out at the sides. I believe the original pattern from Linds Handmade, you use 1-inch swivel clips. However, when I was buying all the hardware, I was clearly not in the right frame of mind, and so I have a crap ton of 1.5-inch So that's what I'm using. Because I have them. I may as well use them. It's fine. But the original comes, so there's little chunks cut out, and it's for 1-inch hardware. But, like always, nothing gets to tell me what to do. But these are pretty fast. They're pretty fun to, like, the card slots, because there's only 3, it's not like the wench wallet where you're just forever doing card slots and you go into a trance. It is a pretty quick sew. Like, I've been on here for 1 hour and 10 minutes and I've made 2. So we could say that they take about 40 minutes each, but I also keep stopping to chat. I sew faster when I'm not chatting. I'm aware of that. It's fine. So, again, facing down. This thing is a piece of clear bendable plastic, but they only had silver loops. You can't get gold and stuff because I looked. I got these on Amazon. Amazon's not as big in Australia as it is in America, but I got them on Amazon. Pretty sure. And you can buy them in a 10-pack. So I bought 5 lots of the 10-pack. So I have 50 of these hanging around. Super cool. They're pretty cheap. But again, you can only get them in silver. So I'm just ignoring that fact when I put other hardware on it because I have no other choice. So they are called, I don't even remember what they were called. I bought them a while ago. But if you go into the Linds Handmade group, I'm pretty sure someone tells you what they're called in there. But either way, you get them off. Maybe try phone case clip. That's what I would have started with. And then just find one. At least one will come up for that. And then you can be like, okay, this is what they're actually called. So this goes inside your phone case so that your phone can then hang off the strap. So this is a phone holder that just comes with a mini purse. So this goes inside the back. So it goes to the back of your phone case and then comes out the charging port area. But because it's so thin, you can still get your charger in. So you don't take this out of your phone case. And then you can just clip your phone to hang around your neck, and then you can unclip it to take it off. But it'll essentially hang your phone upside down. So then you can just lift it up to look at it and then drop it down. Does that make sense? So that's what this is. So it goes inside the back of your phone case, and then you put your phone on top, and so you'll just have the tiny little D-ring hanging out. And then that's what we clip the things to. Now, let's fold these in half and figure out which one I want. So this one, I did ship in a bottle. And this one, I did octopus. So they're both going to look cool. I'm going to put ship in a bottle on the short bit because I can. Hardware dump. These are the swivel clips that came in the Mystics Fall box. I think I still have 2 of them on the website. That's fine. Alright, so stick it down. Fold it over, line it up. It's very important it lines up, right? From a side, see that? See how they line up? Very important. So even though I've done different hardware and different everything, it's the same thread, so it's batch sewing. Should I have kept cutting? Probably. But, I felt like doing some sewing. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I was like, stuff it, let's sew. So I only got 4 stitches along that bottom and 2 on the angle. You can make these fully square if you're not into the fiddly parts of sewing those angles. You could actually do a square, it wouldn't matter. In my possum pouch, I actually do pointy triangles. But again, it's entirely up to you what you do. See? Ship in a bottle. I am aware I'm childish, but it looks cool. Oh, see, and this one I fussy cut as well because I had enough to do so. Look at this. So that'll tuck under and it'll literally be the pirate. It's the little details that people notice. So if you have enough scrap to do it, you should do it. Now these are different rings, which again is fine. And then have this right sides up and then stick the back on. And then grab your D-ring and pop it through. I bought a zipper foot for my machine and can't figure out how to put it on. Whoopsies. YouTube school. I like that. YouTube school. It's very clever. Alright, so because I've got the double-sided tape, it will then hold that down. And then we just boop, like so. I love it. Okay. So again, right sides up, next to the hardware, stitch, backstitch, across. Now this has got like 1 stitch down, 2 stitches down, across. Done. Now at the end of all of this, I am actually going to grab my thread zapper and go zap all these little bits. Ta-da! Right, next, this bit. And again, oh, okay, so this one I've done up. That was an accident. See how this one's going up instead of down? So now we need to make this go up instead of down. That was my bad, and I am not unpicking it. You can't make me. Which is fine. I mean, they can go either way. It's not really a big deal. As long as it matches. What you don't want is for half to go up and half to go down. Because that would look bad. Ugh. Is there room for a name badge to hang there? Where? I did think about putting my logo, but I'm like, where? Without it. I mean, if you were doing plain vinyl, you could put your name here. And I mean, you probably could put it up here. You could put it somewhere on this piece if you wanted to. But I won't. From the back to the front, make sure that everything is facing the right way. So even though I've done it wrong to what my original plan was, it still works. So long as the arrows go in the same direction, you're fine. Alright, so this one will just be up. They're like a person's business. I mean, you could embroider across here, especially if you're using plain. So I've made some of these with brown. Because it's plain seat belting, you could definitely put something here on this 12-inch piece. So absolutely, yes, you could. You could put a saying there. I could have done this in, if I had it, I could have done this in a plain blue and then wrote "Yar" across it, which is absolutely something I would do. Not even gonna lie. Over in half. Happy days. See, that'll be a little octopus. And then I always like to just double check because one of them I threaded it so this was the wrong way. It was underneath, which is not what we want at all. So this needs to be on top, the same side as this. And then everyone's happy. So you absolutely could you could embroider or use HTV, although it wouldn't last as long. But you could use HTV if that's your only option. And you could put a logo, name, whatever. In a perfect world, though, you'd want to embroider it, in my opinion. And again, it's just my opinion, but it would last. It'd be like having a lanyard. I don't know if you've noticed with some lanyards, but the names that they HTV on, or whatever it is they use, eventually wear off, whereas embroidery can't really wear off. It's not an option. Yar! Or yo ho ho, because it'd be funny to have ho on there. I'm a classy human, aren't I? My gosh. Okay, so there we go. This one is the reverse size. Oh, and these, so if you want it to hang left, you put one on the left and one on the right. So you can actually pick which side this hangs on, just by which side you put the clip onto the little bit. My issue is displaying them at the moment. I'm going to do some research probably today. But there you go. That's it. Looks amazing. Doesn't matter that it's going up. Nobody but me, and now you, because I've told you, would notice that the arrows are going the wrong way. And it's not even the wrong way. It's just a different way. Totally counts. Thread zapper. I do love this thread zapper. I also just pushed a button. Oh yeah, we all need to like my videos. I don't know exactly how it works, but it is good for me. So now I'm going to go around and melt any tiny little bits that I see, because they'll annoy me otherwise. So this one is USB rechargeable. If we go back through my videos, you'll find a link to this. It is awesome sauce. I've only had to recharge it once so far. I do also have the one that's called Thread Zapper, and it takes batteries, which is cool in theory, except the batteries don't last very long before they fry out. So this one is also, it's also like nice to hold, and it gives you a knowledge of, I've got half battery, like it tells me, and I like that. That's that one done. Now we'll grab this one. So same thread, very different look, even though they're the same thing. I understand that. But people like options. So if you're going to start doing markets, my best suggestion to you is pick bags that you enjoy making or that you think will be popular, and then make that same bag in a whole bunch of different colors, because people like options and they are more likely to purchase one if they see, like, say you've got 6 bags, the same bag but in different colors. They are more likely to purchase one because they see the options and they see an option that they like, as opposed to, oh, it's the only one, do I really want it? And I know that's weird, but it's just how it is. Okay. Ta-da! I think they look great. I've just got to figure out how to package them. So this is what I'm doing, right? This is literally, my advice I just gave you is literally what I'm doing in my life. So I only have 2 of these left. Everybody looks at them, but they just might not be their preferred choice of stuff. Whereas now I've got a pirate, I've got a roses, I'm gonna have at least 2 leather in different colors. So I'm gonna do a black leather and either a blue or a brown, or maybe I'll do 3, we'll see. I'm gonna have that snake final, the buttery smooth I got from Inklings. I did a video on it ages ago, but it's like jungle with pink snakes. So I've already cut that out mostly. It's not cut out enough that I could do the video right now. And then, yeah, I just want like options. So you can have leather or you can have a printed vinyl. I'm not doing plain vinyl ones, mainly because I'm not doing embroidery this round. So I will bring out, and it'll be like a limited edition, and I will do them so that they have embroidery here, to give people ideas that you can custom order with like a name or something, because that's fun too. People like to have their own name on stuff. I totally get that. Another thing, I've got a new laser, and you guys haven't seen it yet because I haven't finished editing the video. I need to do the intro. But it's compact and it's amazing, and I'm going to be able to take it to market. So I'm going to do on-the-spot engraving. So something I would like to offer is I'd like to have a bunch of these in leather made, and then you can get initials or a name or a to my son, blah, 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 you know, like personalized messages. That is something I'm doing in the future. I'm not quite there yet because I need a power source to take to the markets. And I was hoping that this market I'd sell a bunch of stuff and be able to buy it, but it didn't happen. So it's just later down the track. They're a couple of $100 to get the power pack. This laser, they're sending me something so that I can also use it with my phone. So you can literally like program it into your phone, Bluetooth it, and do it. So it's going to be perfect to take to markets. I just need a power source for the laser, and then I'm good to go. So that's on my list of future things. So if you have a small laser, this is something that you could do. You could make the purse pal, and then you could make them in leather or faux leather that is laser engravable. You can get special stuff. And then have that as an option, which is something I will do in the future. Anyway, food for thought. In the meantime, these are really fun. I just need to figure out how I'm going to package them, because I don't just want to hang them like that. They don't look amazing, and they are amazing, and that's the problem. So if anyone's got ideas on how I can do this, I am always... Technically, this is called the cell phone sling. So to get these little bits, it's like a $3 pattern on Lynn's Handmade, and she gives you the templates for these, all these little bits. I, however, did alter this one to be longer because I've got chunky D-rings instead of super fine ones. And because I'm using 1.5-inch swivel clips, her ones are for 1-inch clips, and they kind of angle in at the end here. So also, if you're using really thin vinyl that you don't think will hold up to much scrutiny, just put a piece of base stabilizer on the inside, and then it's twice as strong. Could I wear one? Of course I can wear one. So you literally just stick one over one shoulder. Oh wait, wrong way. That shoulder, because that's the side it's on, right? So it wears like this. Now obviously you can adjust it, and here's where your phone hangs. So it's like a crossbody, and then your phone hangs from the bottom, and it is fully adjustable. So if I want it longer, I can just bring it down longer like that, and then it's there. If you wanted to though, you could wear it so it just goes around your neck. It's not as comfortable though, but you could just wear it like a lanyard. It's a very thick lanyard, but that's how you could wear it as well. Otherwise, around there, and then your phone will attach to this little clear bit. So you could also make this and then market it by attaching this to a bag. So now it's a crossbody strap on a handbag or a laptop bag, right? You just take this bit off, and then you could do it that way. And if you're left and right, so it is absolutely left and right hand interchangeable. It just depends on which side you put this clip. So you just want the clips on the same side. So now I've got it on the left. It's exactly the same, right? Left or right. It's just a matter of which side you put the clips on this little bit here, right? But that's it. So that's left and right. And again, if you take this bit off, you could then wear your bag on this side. So you could sell it as just a strap. If you don't want to purchase this, or you can't, or I'll find a link. You will be able to find them. But if you don't want this, you just don't do it, and you sell it as a crossbody strap that comes with a mini wallet, right? And then you can attach it to any of your bags that have the little clips. So even though I'm selling them as a cell phone sling, I will also point out to people that you can just attach it to your bag. And that could be a gym bag. It'd be really cool to have this advertised for a gym bag, because sometimes people don't want to take like a whole big wallet. So they could just put their like wallet, and then you could clip your keys to here, because you would get another clip on here. So you could have, I'm going to prove it with this one. So let's pretend these are your keys. You just clip your keys on there, and then suddenly you've got everything on the strap that you need, easy access, and it's attached to a gym bag. It is essentially just a crossbody strap with a mini wallet. This is just an added bonus that you can attach your phone. So there's lots of ways that you can market this. I sound like a telemarketer right now. But that's how they work. It is essentially a crossbody strap that comes with a phone attachment and a mini wallet. There's a pattern that's a bag, sunglasses dangle that would be cool added. See? I do sound like a telemarketer. But it is just a strap. So you can make, from this point forward, you could make this style strap on every bag that comes your way from now on. From now on, this could be your new standard strap. And you would charge more for the bag because I am still sick. I've still got a bit of the cough left over from COVID. It's annoying, but we're just ignoring it. But you could make this your new standard strap on all bags moving forward. It comes with the mini wallet and you just charge extra, right? Because there is a lot of extra effort, cutting, time that goes into these. But this could be your new standard on all bags that are crossbody. But you can also sell them separate, because even though, like, the Lola, I don't make Lolas with a crossbody strap. However, you can just clip these to the rectangle rings on opposite sides of the bag and it turns into a crossbody strap. So you could market this as a fits-all bag moment, because it pretty much does. Anything that's got removable straps, like any bags that you make, if you don't do just the rectangles on the ends and you have it as a removable strap, you could then replace it with this. So they could pick their favorite color or whatever. Like, this is why I'm making these, because they really are versatile. And for the generation whatever that is all about minimalism, this is it. D-ring phone strapped adapter. There you go. I knew it'd be something. The problem is packaging, because that doesn't look pretty. So I'm going to work on that. I'm selling these for $40 Australian, which I don't think is that much. It's under 50, because I'm trying to have things that are under $50. So I think $40 is fair. I still make a profit. But they're under $40, and they are, again, super handy. It's a one strap for everything moving forward in your life. And also, this stuff's expensive. Like, it's all good and well to be like, oh, it's only a couple of bucks, but it's a couple of bucks, but you have to buy lots of it. So I will have 12 of these at the market on Sunday. That is my plan. I have already made 4, so I'm a third of the way there. I've cut out 1 more, and then some of them are going to be leather. Oh, actually, I've got that really pretty leather. Yes, that tooled leather that I made the rascal out of. I have some of that, so that'll be a leather one. And so, another thing, when I go to markets, I have a little tag that hangs down that says genuine leather, just so people know. And then you don't have to tell them constantly. But yeah, anyway, that's me done. I'm going to get off this video so I can go cut more, because the boys are hanging out today. They're going to go do something, and I'm quite happy to stay home and do sewing things. Helen, I was going to say the same thing. I will let you know how it goes, but I did sell one this Sunday to a man, and it was leather. So for those that popped in late, I have sold one already. I had one on a display, and a guy came and bought the leather one, which is why I'm suggesting you do leather ones for men. You just found a version using a ring and leather. Yeah, so the other thing you can do is you can add another, like a, here you go. I've got some here. If you wanted to, you can add one of these gate rings. Right? So it's just more hardware, which means you charge a bit more, but you could quite happily have a gate ring, right? So then it's got like a nice O-ring attached to the phone like that. So you can absolutely have an O-ring as well. It's just more hardware, so you're going to want to charge more or you have less profit, whichever way you want to look at that. But I have seen people that use the gate rings because it is an extra bit of pretty. I don't do that, but you absolutely can. So it's just it's called a gate ring for those that don't know. They come in different sizes. I don't know why, I also have a giant one here. I originally got these to make my, what was it? The bag that I designed, what's it called? Jezebel. These were originally for Jezebel. It meant they wrapped leather around the gate ring that goes in the case. Well, there you go. I mean, there's that too. All the options of the universe, people. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. You could do a bunch of different options. You could sell them without this. You could sell these separately. You could sell these as crossbody straps that go in all bags, and then you could sell this for an extra couple of dollars, like in a bowl, to be like, and these are for your phone. Whatever. I'm selling them together because I've decided I want to. I just need to package them better. Basically, like your fancy strap band. Yeah, see? Oh, this cough is annoying. I really like this zipper pull on this. It's very, people will see this and be like, oh my God, Beauty and the Beast, and that's why they'll buy it. So sometimes, even though these are little items, sometimes using fancy zippers might attract the attention of others. So like Skull. I think these were from Inklings, these ones. And these ones were from Sandra at the Ghana Sewing Room. Whatever's going. All right, I'm off. Thank you for popping in and chatting with me. I love it when people come to chat with me while I'm sewing. I might come on again later this afternoon because I'm going to go cut up like another whole bunch of these things. I'm in the groove, but for now I need some music, so yay! Remember, February is all about scrap busting. We are scrap busting for February. Anyone that wants to join me. Obviously, you don't have to, can't force you, but let's get onto some of our scraps. Even if you got down to half, it would still be good. Bye, guys! Boop! Boop!